Alright everyone, I'm here to give you my WWE Friday Night Smackdown review for January 22nd, 2015. Like I said, like I've been saying a lot this week, I want to apologize in advance if you can't understand what I'm saying. I have my retainer in, so gonna have to accept that. But let's just get right into Smackdown. Alright, so we have Byron Saxton, Michael Cole, and Jerry the King Lawler on commentary. And then Daniel Bryan comes out and says he could come talk about how he's going to beat Kane tonight, how he's going to win the Royal Rumble, how he's been waiting all of this time to win back his WWE World Heavyweight Championship, how Sting appeared on Raw. You know, he can talk about all this stuff, but he's not going to. He wants to bring out the men that have their jobs back. Ryback, Eric Rowan, and Dolph Ziggler. So they all come out. And Ryback says he's back. He's happy to be back. He's happy the big guy's back. He said that the authority took away his job. He says that he wanted to give up, but he didn't want to. He was sick and tired of watching at home. And what else does he say? He says that he thanks all the fans for supporting them. Thanks John Cena. Thanks Sting. And he also says that he's ready to fight. And he does his "Feed Me More" chant. Then Eric Rowan says that being gone's helped him figure out that he's not anybody's puppet. I think he was referring to Bray Wyatt. And he is his own guy now. He realizes that he was always neglected, and I thought that was good. Dolph Ziggler says that he was on top of the world, and he was going to prove that he's ready to in 2015 that he's ready to step in and step in the ring with the best superstars. But then the authority tried to take that away from him. But now he's back and he's going to take down the authority. And then Corporate Kane, Seth Rollins, J&J Security being Jamie Noble and Joey Mercury and Big Show come out. And Corporate Kane comes out and says that you guys are all talk for people that just got their jobs back. And says that you may have your jobs back, but the life's going to get harder from here. Seth Rollins says, and Kane says he's going to destroy Daniel Bryan tonight. Seth Rollins says that I don't know if you've been watching. I have a match with I'm going to become the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion at the Royal Rumble, and he tells Ziggler that he's a nobody and says that he's too good to wrestle him because Ziggler wanted to fight him, and he says that the Authority, Triple H, and Stephanie McMahon are the best people ever, and Dolph Ziggler then says, makes fun of him, saying that saying that he ran away from Brock Lesnar, makes fun of Kane and Big Show too. So then Kane says that tonight Dolph Ziggler could have an opportunity to get his rematch for the Intercontinental Championship against Bad News Barrett, but since he just got back, he has to start from the bottom of the card. So he says that he's going to face Bad News Barrett, and if he wins this match, he will be in the Royal Rumble match. So we get that match. It was right now. I thought it was actually a pretty good match. Bad News Barrett kind of kicks off Ziggler's ass throughout this match. He kicks him in the ribs. He throws him into the shoulder first into the steel post. Throws him in the apron. Throws him into the steel steps shoulder first. He really just works over the shoulder of Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler tries to make a comeback with a jumping DDT. So then Barrett just keeps dominating him though, and then Ziggler makes a comeback, hits a super kick, Barrett kicks out. Barrett hits a big boot, Ziggler kicks out. Eventually Barrett tries to go for the bullhammer elbow. Ziggler counters into a drop kick and a zigzag for the win, so he's in the Royal Rumble match. I thought that was good. Great match, and I'm happy to see Dolph Ziggler in the Royal Rumble match. That's awesome. And I can't wait to see what happens with that. So then Roman Reigns gets interviewed, and he says you realize Big Show's a giant. He always talks about how he's a giant, but Andre the Giant never needed to remind him he was a giant, but Big Show's just a wimp. I didn't like the promo because Roman Reigns can't cut promos. So, I mean, he's not really being... And he also says, too, that he's going to win the Royal Rumble match. So, yeah. Then we get Ryback versus Rusev. And if Ryback wins, he's in the Royal Rumble match. And we had Lana. Rusev had Lana with him. I forgot to put that down in my notes. I thought this was a good match. Ryback starts by pretty much kicking Rusev's ass, and then Rusev hits a drop kick, and then he dominates Ryback throughout the majority of the match. Ryback makes a comeback. Get it? Ryback makes a comeback. I didn't even mean to do that. And then hit the power slam on Rusev. Rusev kicks out. He hits a chin breaker. Rusev kicks out. What is Rusev? Ryback tries to go out. Tries to go off the top rope. Rusev kicks him in the face, and then he pushes him off the turnbuckle. Tries to cover him. Ryback kicks out. He goes for the accolade, and Ryback fights out of it into a big, kind of like a shell shock body slam move, but it really wasn't. He goes for the Mihawk clothesline. Rusev escapes, and then he beats the crap out of him on the outside. And the referee is counting and then Ryback gets in just before 10, and Ryback wins by countout. And Ryback's in the Rumble. Afterwards, Rusev attacks Ryback, starts beating the crap out of him, goes to kick him in the face. Ryback hits a Mihawk clothesline because he blocked the kick, and then goes for a shell shock, but Rusev escapes. So, yeah, that feud's kind of continuing. I kind of hate the fact that they gave the match away on SmackDown, but I think they're trying to make SmackDown a watchable show since it's on Thursdays now, so that's why. I don't know if they're going to have a match at Mania or not, but we'll see. Before that match had even happened, though, Fandango and Rosa Mendes were picking Fandango's number for the Royal Rumble match, and Rosa Mendes at first picked a good number, so they kiss. And then Dean Ambrose takes his number and he puts a different number there. So I thought that was funny. Dean Ambrose is gonna get a good number for the Royal Rumble match. So I'm fine with that. Then we got Naomi versus Brie Bella with Nikki Bella, and we had Nikki and Natalya and Paige were on commentary for the match, which hurt the match because they did a lot of focus on them. And the Bellas cut a promo in the box that they like to do. And it was bad. It was pretty much promoting Total Divas, so I don't really care. They did say that one thing I did like was they said that Paige can only go out on dates at night because because of her skin, because she's like a vampire. I thought that was funny. So we couldn't really pay attention to the match just due to the fact of, the Natalya and Paige. They kept showing them on commentary and they just kept talking about other things. But Brie Bella hits a face buster for the win. Then they have a face-off afterwards to hype up that they're having that tag team match of the Royal Rumble. I don't care for the match, so I might just go to the bathroom and stuff during the match. And then Luke Harper's backstage. He said he's going to win the Royal Rumble match. And he said that the march is going to come out at night through his eyes. And he tells him not to blink. I thought it was a decent promo. So then we get Eric Rowan versus Luke Harper. No, then Gold and Stardust picked their Royal Rumble matches. And then they say it's every man for themselves. So I wonder if they're both going to be 1 and 2. That would kind of be cool if Gold and Stardust both came out at 1 and 2. I'm not sure if that's going to happen, but that would be cool. But we'll see. Then we get Eric Rowan versus Luke Harper, and if Eric Rowan wins, he's in the Royal Rumble match. Eric Rowan pretty much kicks Luke Harper's ass throughout the match. He hits a big throw in the corner. He goes for a powerbomb. Luke Harper counters into a Hurricane. Luke Harper hits a drop kick. Eric Rowan hits a powerbomb, goes for the splash. Luke Harper moves out of the way. Luke Harper hits a super kick and then a clothesline for the win. So Eric Rowan's not in the Royal Rumble match, and Luke Harper wins. I think he'll still be in it. I don't know how he will be, but he will be. Maybe he'll qualify on the pre-show or something. But I'm assuming Eric Rowan will somehow still be in the Rumble match. He could take somebody's number or something like that. I'm not sure yet though. Then Seth Rollins and Corporate Kane are backstage, and they're concerned about Daniel Bryan being in the match. So I don't know why Seth Rollins is concerned, because he's not even in the Rumble match. Maybe they don't want him to win in case he wins the title. I don't know. But Corporate Kane says he needs to use his security, so he's gonna use the security. Then the Miz was backstage. This was a pretty awesome segment. Damian Miz dug get some coffee to make up for the fact that he was the stunt double when the Clique were together, which is Triple H, X-Pac, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, and Shawn Michaels. So he apologized, and then he says, well, the fans loved it. And then he tells them that the fans aren't chanting for him because he's just a stunt double. They're really chanting for me. And then the Usos, Jimmy and Jay, come up and tell Mizdow that last year we almost eliminated each other from the Royal Rumble match to go to the main event of WrestleMania. And he says that you should just eliminate Miz. And they ask if Miz goes out, are you really going to go out? So then that kind of makes Mizdow think. So I wonder if Mizdow is going to turn on Miz. I'm assuming something like that's going to happen, so I'm not sure. Alright, then we get the main event. Daniel Bryan versus Corporate Kane with J&J Security, no disqualification match, and if Daniel Bryan loses, he is out of the Royal Rumble match. The match actually started pretty good. Daniel Bryan actually hit like a flying crossbody in like the beginning of the match on the Kane. So then he gets distracted by the security, and Kane big boots him, lays him out, and beats the crap out of him, throws him into the barricade, grabs a kendo stick, and beats Daniel Bryan with it. And then Daniel Bryan eventually gets the kendo stick. He hits him, and he does like the yes kicks and hits him with the kendo stick at the same time. Then he kicks him in the head. I thought that was awesome. Then he tries to go off the top with the kendo stick, but Kane counters into a right hand. Then Kane dominates Bryan throughout the rest of the match. He hit the DDT. During the break, the security threw Bryan into the barricade. Kane hit Jamie Noble, handed Kane a chair, and Kane hits him with the chair. Daniel Bryan tries to make a comeback. He hits a dropkick through the ropes. He tries to go for the suicide dive, and then Kane counters into a right hand, throws him into the steel steps. J&J Security tear apart the announce table, and Kane's about to tombstone Bryan on the table. Bryan counters. He tries and throws Kane off the table. Tries to dive off the table on the Kane. Kane catches him like he's going to choke slam him, but Bryan counters, throws him into the post, does the suicide dive, drop kicks Kane into the barricade, and then the security and Kane just double team Bryan, and then Kane tries to go off the top rope. Bryan counters into a yes lock, and you'd think Kane's going to tap out, but the security double team Bryan. And then Bryan fights him off. He hits a drop kick into both corners, back and forth. And then Kane eventually chokeslams Bryan, covers him. Bryan kicks out. Then he tries to put in a chair. And then Bryan drop toe holds Kane into a chair that he had leaned into the turnbuckle. And then he hits a flying knee on Kane for the win. So then Daniel Bryan celebrates. It's a big happy moment. And then Big Show attacks Bryan from behind. And Big Show, J&J Security, and Kane are just all double teaming Bryan. And then Ryback, Eric Rowan, and Dolph Ziggler make the save. And they're fighting them off. And then all the heels run out pretty much to make the save. And then eventually everyone in the locker room runs out. And they just start brawling with each other. Then Dean Ambrose runs out, fights with people. And everyone's just being eliminated like it's a Royal Rumble match. Like the setup. Then eventually Roman Reigns comes out, and he goes right after the Big Show. He spears Titus O'Neil. He hits a double Superman punch on J&J Security. And eventually it's just down to Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan, Dolph Ziggler, Eric Rowan, Ryback, Daniel Bryan, Dean Ambrose, Big Show and Corporate Kane. They're all just having a face-off. And I thought this was good stuff. It really hyped me up to see the Royal Rumble. And that's about it. That was SmackDown this week. I actually thought it was a pretty good show. They did a good job hyping me for the Rumble by having people just pick their numbers for the Rumble. That helped. The qualifying matches I liked. And I like to see Ziggler, Ryback, and Rowan back. It was cool to see them come back. And I liked the main event. That was good too. And there was something else that was good. That's it. There was just a Royal, and the Miz backstage segment was good. So I thought this was all good stuff. That's pretty much it, guys. If you want to subscribe, you click right here. And that's pretty much it, guys. See you later.